everyone, welcome back to this bishop series. Once again, this is accompanying a winter bishop kit that I have, but you can use this no matter what bishop you're using, and I hope you find it helpful. So we are at the point that we are sewing our side seams, like the shoulder seams, together because we've already pleated our bishop up, and if you missed that, that's the last video. You can go watch that sucker wherever it's linked. Yeah, so we're sewing now our shoulder seams up because we've already pleated this. So this is simply you take your threads and you kind of pull them taut so that when you focus on one seam at a time, and you pull those threads taut so they are out of your way. And then it's just a simple right side together, line up your fabric, and sew close to the pleating threads, okay? Because you don't really want like a gap between the pleats or anything like that, right? So you want to sew right on the other side of those pleating threads, and I haven't had an issue with getting these threads caught in any of these seams. I just pull them, like I said, I just pull them taut so they're out of the way. I focus on one seam at a time. We are not worried about anything to do with blocking at this point. We are simply focused on one shoulder seam at a time. When you finish that shoulder seam, you can go on to the next one and do the same thing. Pull the threads taut so they're out of your way, and send that seam through your machine with right sides together and all of that. And once you're done, once you've done all of your seams and you've made it around your bishop, there's two things. If you are not lining your bishop, then what I would do is I would trim up one side of that seam. And what you're going to do is do like this sort of mock French seam, if you will. So you'll trim up one side of that seam, and then the longer side you will just fold over once and fold over twice and hand sew that down in place. Now, I know this takes a little bit longer, but I really like this method. I think the results are just so nice that even though I have little ones running around and all the chaos that goes with that, I take the extra bit of time to do this because I just think it's just really nice. So, but of course, it's sewing. You do you. If you want to do it in reverse, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I just can't help you if you get a hot mess in a hurry, because I do this method to avoid those hot messes that I used to have. As nice as I can say that. Oh, but if you're doing the lining method, then I would skip this because you're going to line it, so what's the point in doing a mock French seam when you're not going to be seeing it anyways? So if you're doing the lining method, if you're joining me with that, then I would just leave it as the plain French seam. You're going to join your lining in the same manner that you're joining your bishop. You know, just put everything right sides together with the back, the sleeve, the front, the other sleeve, the other back. Put them all right sides together with those shoulder seams and join everything together. Easy as pie, right? Now with the lining, this is a long sleeve bishop that we are making right now. And to finish that little wrist area is I put an elastic casing in there. So I just folded the fabric up about 1/8 of an inch or so, maybe it was 1/4 of an inch, and then I folded it up again another 1/4 of an inch. And if you're doing you're following these videos to accompany the kit that I have, I've included 1/8 of an inch elastic in there, and you can, depending on what size, take that elastic and use it for your little one, and you're gonna thread your elastic through that casing that you've made with like a safety pin or something. Stitch over it when you get to the edge of the elastic to the raw side of your fabric, and then continue feeding that elastic through the safety pin. Again, stitching her over when you feed it all the way out. Stitch it over, and that's how you secure your elastic down. So the other thing to prep your lining for the next step that we will be going over in the next video is that take your lining and run 2 rows of gather stitches at the top of the neckline. And these 2 rows of gather stitches is how we are going to, how we're going to gather up that neckline and have it match the bishop's neckline that's been pleated. So that just prepares you for that. So that's all we're going to be doing in this video. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.